weakening his defenses along the English Channel coast, where our invasion of France was soon to come. We now had an army numbering millions of soldiers. We now had 150,000 armored vehicles as compared to the 29 tanks the Army had in 1940. 400,000 artillery pieces were now engaged in the war effort compared to the 235 available in 1940. From a 1940 production capacity of 117 aircraft a month, we were now producing 9,000 planes of all types a month, a plane every 5 minutes, 12 an hour. Here now was an air arm of 150,000 planes supporting the coordinated Allied effort to wipe out enemy industry, supply routes, and communication facilities. The American tiger, grown sleepy on a full stomach, or so the Japanese had thought, was now fully awake, lean, and fighting in the jungles. On the 4th of June, 1944, our Fifth Army captured Rome. It was a military victory, yes, but its psychological effect carried the greater impact throughout the world, for it was the first Axis capital to fall into our hands, bringing consternation and foreboding to the enemy, and fresh heart and rejoicing to the free world and its fighting forces. In England, after months of planning and preparation, it was D-Day -2. General Eisenhower was about to unleash the most massive amphibious invasion in history. During the big build-up, England had become a vast staging area for troops and the materiel of war. Thousands of vehicles and ready-to-be assembled combat-type aircraft. 20,000 railroad cars and 1,000 locomotives. 20 million square feet of covered storage and shop space. 44 million square feet of open storage space to hold the growing volume of supplies, wire, tires, bombs, shells, and other explosive devices. Awaiting invasion port embarkation were thousands of trucks and support vehicles, row upon row of tanks, and a wide range of artillery weapons. 170 miles of new railroad had been constructed to haul more than 2 million tons of supplies and combat hardware to the invasion ports. The United States Army had constructed 163 airfields in England for the Allied planes that were systematically bombing Germany day and night. The invasion directive issued by the combined chiefs of staff was concise. General Eisenhower had his orders.
You will enter the continent of Europe.
and, in conjunction with the other Allied nations, undertake operations aimed at the heart of Germany and the destruction of her armed forces. Another American general was to have a central role in complying with that monumental order. General Omar N. Bradley, field commander of American forces. D-Day -1. Invasion forces began embarking in England. Destination, Normandy. Involved in this massive amphibious invasion were some 3 million soldiers, sailors, and airmen. 4,000 ships and boats. 20,000 vehicles of all types, and an endless list of combat support weapons. Operation Overlord, the code name for the invasion, was close at hand. Now, as D-Day and H-Hour approached, the final logistical operation was underway. In the darkness before dawn on June 6, 1944, the great invasion began to unfold. 17,000 men of the 82nd and 101st Airborne Divisions, with over 2 million pounds of combat equipment and supplies, were airlifted to carefully selected drop zones behind the invasion beaches, where they were dropped to secure key road junctions and other strategic terrain objectives. The invasion armada, the largest ever assembled, was now in position off the coast of France.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we are with the final game of match 12, I believe, between Sky and 321. Today we have a guest with us.
Yes, it is Krieg. I should have changed my name.
It's whatever. So, did you watch the first two games of their match?
I've seen the Warfare 11 one.
Okay. What are your expectations?
Well, hopefully he learned from that one.
I mean, he's playing America over Red Army, so...
Yeah. I think in the Gone match, his pressure on, like, all sides paid off. So if he can do it again, albeit on a flatter map, we'll see how it goes.
Yeah. I feel like America is going to be, at least initially, on a disadvantage. I feel like you probably go for... Well, you probably get Fury. That puts you at 8. I feel like you get the support weapons by the counter out the elite infantry and the Hetzers. Because the 57 is very much capable of killing them. It puts you at 14. You probably get paradropped M8 as soon as it comes off cooldown, and then you probably just put the rest in, like, heavy rifles.
Yeah, we can expect probably another double Hetzer from Obi.
Storm Grenadiers, pretty common opening. Not sure which one of the rifle squads he had bought. Looks like one of the middle tier ones.
Both are concentrating on the southeast, so that'll be interesting.
Yeah, I feel like this setting favors SS, just because that cover is in better position and it's going to be within STG range.
Yeah, it denies that midpoint and shoots towards that zone G.
Yeah, if 321 does continue to do the full rotate and gets up to that sidewall, then he'll be in a good spot.
Okay.
Thompson about to get grenaded out in middle.
Yeah, I can tell it's gonna be a very micro-heavy game as always.
Oh, for sure. Probably even on the flank currently.
Yeah, if he can consolidate the left a bit, that would be good. He's bringing up a regular MG team.
Interesting. Sniper is doing work. It's already up to 2 kills.
Now, I'm not gonna switch to Obi because I'll desync, but I think he got the Grenadier SP.
Most likely, based on the MP usage. He's got Beer Jaeger, and then he's got a squad of Grenadiers with at least 1 rifle grenade. Yes, that is the dual rifle grenade squad. He just rolled a Panzerfaust, so it's showing red instead of yellow. This is going to put him on, or I should clarify, it's going to put 321 in a bad position on that northwest end with that whole squad of Gebears coming in. If they can close that distance, they're going to do a lot of damage. Seeing Airborne out.
Squad.
Airborne's a good choice.
Yeah, and I think he's gonna plug the air and the right with those single buys.
Yeah. It is looking to be a bit of a bad start, though. Obi has secured 3 of the middle flags, and 1 is uncontested. He is ahead in score as well. And the last of 321's points is getting captured, but he's making moves on the other one. But there is, of course, that Grenadier squad, though. Really would have liked to see that M8. Could have easily picked off the snipers and all of the MGs up on that southeastern end. The sniper is now up to 5 kills. Now we're seeing the M8.
And he also bought an SP squad, I believe.
Yes, he did.
Das Reich SP out.
Yep. He's swapping out the crew to try and get all of the Das Reich in action. Doesn't look like the airborne sniper was targeted on the enemy sniper. Although he does have the flank on, though. Kill that off, that would be big. He is arming the M8. Can't forget about it. More Storm Grenadiers coming. Or no, that's Das Reich coming. Looks like another Grenadier SP buy as well.
Yeah, I can see now that Obi's putting as much infantry pressure early game as possible. But I'm assuming he won't break past 10 SP to wait for the double hetzers.
Well, double hetzers only 7.
Ah. Oh, well, that's even worse for 321.
Yeah. I really do think the counter by the SS is to support weapons, but
Oh, yeah.
because really you need the
He has to
lead.
survive.
You need to lean into the U.S. advantage of artillery, and that helps you deal with the hetzers as well. Sniper did go down. Of course, there's a new one, even better, the Das Reich. Looks like he's trying to get it, though. Does pick him off. So there are no snipers on the map currently. 2 infantry crates up for Val, interestingly enough.
Probably to ensure those grenade launchers keep denying that hill point.
Yes. Looks like he's trying to put them in some foxholes as well. Now has 4 rifle grenadiers on there. That means that hill is pretty much a no-go zone without those mortars. More Storm Grenadiers on out. One is losing pretty hard as far as the objectives are, but he's relatively even in kills still. We have a Greyhound pushing into the right-hand side. There is no AT rifle for Sky. I imagine we'll be seeing that in a second now. Well, he's trying to pick off that half-track. Misses the first shot. And I can find a second one. AT rifle is now out from Sky. The mate still being tried to put work down. There's a lot of soldiers coming over that hill, although you can't see them all yet. Sky is now recapturing that hill, or the one point that he had taken. Oh, that one sniper must not have died. Or, no, he robbed another squad, that's right. He did give the MG, the single buy that he had bought to the other airborne squad. He needs to be bringing up that airborne sniper to try and counter-snipe or something.
Yeah.
Now he's not doing much of anything. He is,
Support weapon SP is available, but...
yeah, I'd really like to see that. Get that out and then dump some officers so you're back under the cap. And then just play it into the long game. AT rifles now on the hunt for that Greyhound. More infantry ammo crates coming up for those rifle grenadiers. Was going to try and push that southeastern flag.
Another Das Reich SP.
Not surprising. It means we will not see any sort of ace tank. He's trying to close it out quickly. Means it's either a choice between more and more Das Reich or the dual Hetzers. Mechanized now being pushed in the middle as well. One actually managing to capture the hill, although I don't think that's going to stay very long with those rifle grenadiers. Down goes one. Really needs to get a mortar or something on the field. Does manage to clear the hill off, so he'll be able to capture that without being directly spotted. Half-track goes down to the AT rifle.
His sniper is clearing out some of the grenade launchers.
Yes, that's quite nice. He moved it. The only problem is the thing he has him on currently is explosive. So, that may end poorly. Stewart now out. Stewart is a good counter to the AT rifles, as long as he faces front, or mostly front. He's immune. He should just be ground firing that M8 with the white phosphorus at all those sandbags. Sky is now halfway to winning. The AT rifle does land a penetration on the Greyhound and damages the gun, but does not kill it before getting picked off by the 50 cal. Sky is going to try and smoke it off and pick it back up, so he'll likely finish off that Greyhound here momentarily. Assuming he doesn't forget about it. More Storm Grenadiers out for Opival. 2 officers as well. No officers from 321 yet. 321 has managed to capture that southwestern point, although he doesn't have a very firm hold on it. Hill is going back to Opival, however. Greyhound does take an engine damage and burns out. Stewart had actually gone over to the southwestern end, interestingly enough. Really should be trying to clear all this infantry out then. Dual Hetzers will be coming up here shortly. We'll see if he goes for it, though. 321 really needs to start making moves in general.
And they're out.
Oh, there they are. No support weapons on the field. That's going to be hard to deal with. 76ers are not guaranteed to kill them. Anything short is unlikely. You really need a lot of shitty tanks or sneaky AT guns to find good shots on them. It's a big rifle grenadier. No, just one. Rifle grenadier does not go down 321's end, but does lose out. Looks like we're seeing more Das Reich following in as well. Oh no, those are just Panzer. Wait. No, they are Das Reich. Stewart needs to be running. It's going to die. There it goes. Transmission damage. Another Stewart moving out to the other flank, but not going to accomplish much. He has to wait 6 minutes yet for Fury, but I don't think he's going to have time for that the rate the stick is happening. He's getting pretty well destroyed.
Yeah, he needs to make a move about now.
Nate could potentially pick them off with heat. So that's what he's trying to do. He has HE loaded though. One really needs to be spending that SP. I'm not sure what he's banking all of his extra SP for.
Maybe a Fury, but that's gonna be useless by now.
I mean, he needs the Fury, but what is the other 8 for?
I don't know. I mean, in like terms of tick speed.
Yeah.
Fast.
Not having control of all but one of the center points is quite bad the entire game. He is pushing along the air side with that Stewart. The second Hetzer is now being sent to relocate across the map.
That MA is just... Oh, okay. Oh, he's trying to aim at the... Yeah. And there we go.
Yeah, this is looking to be quite poor. Strom Grenadiers and Gebirgsjäger being sent off to that northwestern end. Panzerfaust 100s from the Das Reich also being sent to engage that Stuart. Will likely pick it up. There is not a lot of infantry covering it. But he does get spotted. Panzerfaust is out. Only gets a track though. This guy is probably raging about that. The Stuart will die to this Hetzer anyhow. Seeing a Croc now out. Going for the center.
Yeah, that's an SP buy.
Okay, I imagine is not going to live for very long. There's no Panzerfaust immediately adjacent, but those Hetzers now have it in a pincer. About 300 meters away from the one and 240 from the other. Panzerfausts are now coming in though. I should have put the sniper in with his Panzerfaust. There is, however, the Panzerfaust, or the smoke cloud from the white phosphorus there still. It's likely going to block the Panzerfaust as he tries to take that shot. Nope, finds a way around it, and down goes the Croc. Sniper does pay his life for it though. Mechanized Panzer Grenadiers moving over to the northwestern flank now. Our armored rifles being sent out. Just a minute to the Fury. He will be able to get it on the field, but will it be able to make the impact that he needs? All of the middle points are going back to Sky. Really, I imagine the best option is to send the Fury over to that northwestern side, as the Hetzer just has too many places to hide, especially around that big hill that he has firm secure over on the southeast. Honestly, I think I'd like to see Fury and 2 Stewards just rush that right-hand side and send up a squad of armored rifles as well and just clear out the entire right.
3-2-1 bow out.
3-2-1 does manage to hold off the middle cap. Not sure what he's going to try for with the Jumbo. Jumbo is generally more likely to lose the Hetzer, since the Hetzer can find a shot on that flat plate with the APCR, but Sherman is capable of bouncing a shell into that lower plate. Where he has it currently is quite dangerous to the Hetzer. Fury is now out.
An immediate Fury buy.
It's kind of expected. Needs to start capturing these flags immediately, though. He is capturing the one. Just needs to swing the other as well. Sky has all of his officers. Well, 3-2-1 only has one, so he's definitely at a disadvantage there. He should take one of the crew out of the Fury and put it into the Jumbo. Jumbo needs to go immediately and hunt for the Hetzer. Trap and hold fire. Middle is going back to Sky, however. I don't think he's just going to have enough time. Something that I had worried about. So White fostering out his own men. He picks off a half track, but that is not the target he needs.
I'm not sure he's gonna be able to cap all this in time.
No, he has a couple of, like, maybe a minute before he loses due to the cap time.
There's too many elite coverage, or too much elite coverage on the right for him to take that in time.
KD-wise, it has swung massively in Sky's favor. And there are now Gebirgsjäger coming to reinforce. Hetzer is picking a fight with the Jumbo. Does land a penetration. Lands another penetration.
Gun drive destroyed.
Another penetration.
Another gun drive.
Basically dead at this point. I mean, it is APCR that he is firing. Somehow hits the ground in front of him. But that's game. We're 149.
That's game, yeah.
And hope you guys enjoyed. And I do think the support buy was the mistake not being bought there. Hope you guys had a good one, and we'll catch you for the next match. See ya.
With the coming of spring, 1944, the winter stalemate in Italy was broken. Our forces slowly resumed fighting their way up the west coast of the Italian boot toward Rome against bitter German opposition. The British advanced up the east coast in the face of